The war against Braavos had been costly, with both sides bearing the scars of battle. The Iron Bank's coffers had been depleted, and the once mighty Faceless Men had retreated into the shadows. Yet the victory was not without its consequences. The dragons had grown restless, and the whispers of prophecy grew faint amidst the cries of the dying and the weeping of widows. Emperor Maerys Qoherys could not ignore the growing power of the Targaryens to the west. The dragons had swept through the stormlands like a fiery tempest, leaving the once mighty castles of the Storm Lords in ruins. The news reached Volantis on the wings of ravens, carrying the scent of fear and the promise of a new conflict. Hello, fellow lords and ladies, commoners, merchants, soldiers, and peasants. Welcome to the last tale of the ashes of old Valyria, the last of the chronicle of the ashes of old Valyria. It is the last because the Emperor Maerys will go to war against the Targaryens, the last independent dragon lords. After conquering Braavos, the bastard daughter of Valyria, and colonizing the north part of the Sotorios, has decided to subdue the Targaryens. The Targaryens, being independent and had stayed on their islands for some time, since the beginning of the Doom till now. Maerys has decided to unite them, and with their house in the Valyrian sphere, this will mean that Valyria is invincible, and the Qoherys on the throne of it, peace will reside. The war against the Targaryen will secure the future of the Valyrian heritage and history, and most important, culture and religion. Now, Emperor Maerys Qoherys has decided to summon his generals, admirals, and dragon riders. Has decided to call them all so that they will defeat the Targaryens, even though some may die, but he will not try to destroy the house, because it's one of the last Dragon Lord and Dragon Rider house from the world. And the story of the war against the Targaryens, Emperor Maerys knew that the Targaryens would not be an easy conquest. House Velaryon and House Celtigar, both of Valyrian descent, had pledged their swords and dragons to the Targaryen cause. Their combined might and the fierce loyalty of their vassals made them formidable adversaries. Yet, the whispers grew stronger, urging him to unite all Valyrians under one banner. The fate of the world seemed to hang in the balance, and Maerys felt the weight of destiny upon his shoulders. He called for his scholars, demanding to know all there was to know about these distant lands and the people who dwelt within them. The room grew quiet as scrolls were unfurled and tomes of history and strategy were consulted. The candles flickered, casting shadows on the maps that charted the storm-wracked coast of Westeros, a stark reminder of the challenge ahead. As the story goes, Emperor Maerys has declared war, and he announced the Targaryens that he will invade them and subdue them. You may wonder why he has done that. Well, he has done that out of honor for their own dragons and their own Dragonlord bloodlines that are there. So he decided to send the Raven with a war declaration, and he has prepared a big armada, and the armada is so huge and also full of men and a big army to invade the Dragonstone. The fleet should sail to the Dragonstone, rule Maerys and some other dragon riders like Rhaenyra, and even a Richman, the Imperial General and Bodyguard and Captain of Household Guard, Gormon, will assist them. They're attacking the trading posts of our republics. That's no big deal. We are here with On Dragonstone, you notice the stone dragons on the walls of the old castle. What if those huge stone beasts could come to life and fill the skies with fire? $80 defenders, okay. That should fall fast. Let's use the dragons. Dracarys. Okay, that didn't do much. They killed just a bunch of men. We have some elephants though. I think they will surely come with the army here, so we have got to prepare. Let's summon the armies of Lys and Myr and summon them towards the capital, because they will come with troops most likely. Of course, he's not willingly to cooperate with us, but Yunkai and Marina also, they will revolt alongside them. No problem. We should help them. We should send some of the people from here to ask to Marine to secure them. Meanwhile, our war continues, and we will deal with the traitors later on. Trident is in civil war, I see. Yes, Riverland and civil war to lower crown authority. They fear diligent. That's good. Look at our attrition. We lost more than half of the army, but soon enough we will win the Dragonstone. We cannot assault it, unfortunately. Oh no, you are not killing me. Come on. Let me see the plots. You are not gonna kill the Emperor. Yes, they are trying to complot against me. Good? That's good. Just fell. I lost 30k man. Good man. Died there. Oh, lol. We just killed them. Or they just disbanded, I don't know what they have done. The siege of Meereen.
Our general is under attack!
Oh, we imprisoned the king, or the Arahon. Oh, look at that. Prisoner release. Prisoners take his family into house arrest. Of course, we don't want to kill them. We're not savages, after all. They're part of our kind, and we should treat them like that. Rhaenyra, you should come with us and help us with the siege. Riftmark should be the next target for Dragon's Might. Let's move towards the Yunkai. Towards the Yunkai. Treasurer. Let's put someone suitable here. Let's put him. The Balance of Sonarian. Dragon Lord. And they have Black Horn. He has the Black Horn. Cool dragon. Let's move to Driftmark, to the house Velaryon. Well, we are moving towards Driftmark.
By the mercy of the good Lord, they are impudent today.
We should be able to siege it. Let's see, Rhaenyra, you're coming with me. You have Valorax? No, you have Artaxis. It's pretty good, Artaxis too. Let's see the troops here. They cannot attack. We don't have enough of this, but we can move and try to defeat the rest. Flying high above the fighting armies, the Dragon Rider Lord Janix leads the dive attack on you and your allies. He's the rider of Morgon and is fighting Rhaenyra. I hope she wins. Lord Janix and his allies struggle to compete with your dragon's relentless attacks. Several times almost falling from the skies, now they are at our mercy. We can dive in for the kill, Dracarys, and Morgon dies. Morgon and his rider are left weakened and vulnerable, and Artaxis does not hesitate in finishing them off. Morgon was quite old, almost 100 years old. Artaxis is just 34 years old, so he's not that old, but he's quite experienced and a good dragon. Artaxis dies at them, crashing into them at great speed. They are ripped apart and eventually crash into ground and are left dazed. Morgon is now a lifeless corpse. Well, the new Lord Agot of Driftmark, Velaryon, has inherited the throne. The duel is over. The enemy dragons have finally been cast down. Their armies lose heart at the sight of the spectacle, and you can now turn your attention to them. Good job, my wife Rhaenyra, second wife. I have two wives, basically the Empress Aerea and the Empress Rhaenyra, both my sisters. Yes. We will continue with the siege. We are not giving up, and we are gonna win. The siege of Driftmark is commencing. What's happening in the east? We're gonna fight them here. Okay. Let's siege Driftmark. This castle is impregnable. Well, they are attacking Volantis, right? Oh, the new geese. Well, we are gonna put Rhaenyra here, Sitara and Gormon. Let's say that they flied from Driftmark towards the capital. Well, we are almost over with the siege. Madness! The land is consumed by dragonfire, and Maerys Qoherys is responsible for it. Well, she needed a way to win that battle there. So let's move here and defeat that force too. Well, we are gonna attack the enemy army, or at least trying to fend them off. Let's move towards the Kalot and finish the enemy off there. What's happening here? Okay, they were defeated by the Valyrian army. Okay, that's good. Let's move and Valax. That's a good name, I guess. Good for Irena. Someone has bonded with dragon. Valyrian dragon scale. Okay. Let's see if we can name someone as a dragon rider. One that actually has a dragon that can help us. Meleisa. Meleisa is one of the best. She has Valarax, the mighty dragon of our late great grandfather, and it's just a beast. Maerys the eagle has tamed himself Agar, so lunatic. That's not good. Let's move for the war. Don't remember fear. No. Prosperity, knowledge to my realm. Area is pregnant. Battle of Windwater Bridge. The rise of the Free Folk. Night Watch no longer sent to protect the realm from the forces beyond the wall. Invasion of the North. So it seems to that Arana is facing another invasion. Well, she destroyed the last invasion, and she destroyed the wildlings and the Dance of Dragons between Meleisa and Aeryn Targaryen and Firecatcher. Oh, Valarax will destroy it. It was just a time. Fire and blood. Firecatcher dies, and Aeryn dies too. It's because Valrax is a beast. Look at him though. Our name shall live in a legend. But it's basically over. Okay, this revolt should be crushed. Oh, that's what. No, it's just an army here. Let's move, and Gormon will lead it. This should be over. We crushed their armies, we conquered their capital. Oh, okay, I see that Melesa destroyed them. Oh, I think it's an army here, if I'm not wrong. But for her, Azuron. Nice name though. Okay, these are easy targets. These are like villages. They're not even towns, to be honest. Or castle, proper castles. They are like border castles, you know, just fortifications. This should be over, right? Let's try to conquer something else, I guess. Or let's destroy this force here.
General, protect him!
Another Baela the Fierce. So we have fought the Velaryon and they died with the dragons. We have fought the Targaryens and they died with their dragons. And now we are fighting the Celtigars with their dragons. We have Baela and Melesa are fighting. Valarax and Moonshadow. Moonshadow will die. Whoa, okay. Look at Moonshadow. It's a beast in its own right. Small wingspan, small claws, thick scales, green flame, rough, and it's pretty wounded. The wound will make it weaker, as you see. Oh, okay, it's not weaker because of the wound. It's weaker because the dragon has a small wingspan and small claws. Well, we know who will win, I think. Most likely, Melesa, let's see. Dracarys. And Moonshadow dies alongside with Baela the Fierce. Well, she was fierce. She died with dignity. And oh, this Baton has a dragon, Jeharian. Fire and Blood. The fight is over. The war against Targaryens had been won. And it's over. Fair peace and force demands. And this is it. New Valyria has defeated the Targaryens. As you know it, we are not going to kill them or destroy. We are gonna release all the prisoners from Targaryen house. Okay. Well, let's deal with this threat once and for all. And let's reconquer this. Should come with our army from the west to any moment. Okay, never mind. A new dragon rider. Agot is now the dragon rider of Myr, it seems to. Myr is a beast on his own right. I'll show you the dragons after this minor war against our vassals that try to rebel while we are fighting the Dragon Lord of the Targaryen house. We didn't encounter him. We encountered some members of his dynasty, but we didn't encounter him with the Ondordaris. And so we didn't encounter his son. Oh, okay, his son has a 5-year-old dragon, so it's not that powerful or that will make any difference in the war. Well, our emperor has decided to go through Valyria and see the ruins for himself, and to see how Valyria looks after the... Okay, who are you? You shut up. How Valyria looks after the doom. Remember an emperor. National theological thought, capital of arts and philosophy. The skies above the stormlands had become a theater of fiery battles, where the dragons of House Qoherys clashed with the beasts of the Targaryens, Valyrians and Celtigars. The roars of the dragons and the shouts of the riders melded into a symphony of war. Emperor Maerys watched this engagement with a mix of pride and anxiety, as the fate of his empire's unity hung in the balance. Each victory brought him closer to fulfilling the prophecy, but the cost was high. The smell of burning flesh and scorched earth wafted through the air, a grim reminder of the power they wielded and the price of ambition. The dragons, once a symbol of unity, had become the instruments of division, their fiery breaths illuminating the skies with the colors of their house's rivalry. Yet, amidst the chaos, whispers grew of a dragon alliance, a union of ancient blood and scale that could bring an end to the conflict. Maerys' gaze never left the horizon, contemplating the possibility of a peace that could come from the ashes of this war. The bells of Volantis tolled in jubilation as the news of victory reached the city. Emperor Maerys Qoherys, now the uncontested ruler of all the Valyrian descendants, dismounted from his dragon, the great beast's wings folding gracefully against its body. The city streets were a river of joyous subjects, their cheers mingling with the roars of triumphant dragons. The war had been long and brutal, but the prophecy had been fulfilled. The Dragon Lords and the lands of all Valyria had been united, and the whispers grew quieter, as the echoes of their battles faded into the annals and the legends of history. Well, like the story goes, the Dragon Lords and the lands have been united under the Valyrian rule once again. The story of the Ashes of Old Valyria is recorded since the Doom and the beginning of the Century of Blood in Essos. The Century of Blood being the fall of the Valyrian Empire and the dominion of the Dragon Lords has faded in Essos. But the annals of history will know it as a revival of it, not as a extinguished culture and empire. Maerys Qoherys has survived with his wife on the island of Valyria, and not only himself, but multiple Dragon Lords have survived around Essos and around the colonies of old Valyria. Two more Dragon Lord houses have joined him, but two Dragon Lord houses have remained outside his sphere, deciding to form their own kingdoms and empires. Before he conquered Volantis, Volantis was conquered by the Orion and his mighty beast. In Dragonstone, the Targaryens hold the power of trade in the Narrow Sea, and later on, as the story goes, they expanded into the stormlands and around the Gulf of Dragonstone and around the islands of Dragonstone. And in the last part of the story, the Qoherys house under the Emperor Maerys have conquered and beaten House Targaryen alongside the other Dragon Rider House Velaryon and Celtigar that are the part of high Valyrian descent. This way, the last territories of Dragonstone have joined again the Empire of Valyria, the new founded Empire of Valyria, the resurrected one, and this way the House Qoherys has kept the culture, even though mostly has been extinguished by the Doom. But in Volantis, a lot of Valyrian lords have remained, and they are still ruling this day. So, this is the end of the story that has been recorded into the annals of history, and later on will fade into legend and myth. What will happen from now? The Empire is close to the next age, the age that will see if he will survive, or the dragons and the dragon riders will try to carve their own ambitions out of the empire. Who knows what will happen? But for now, Emperor Maerys will rule it peacefully and prosperous. His intent is not for destroying the Valyrian heritage and the Dragon Lords and Dragon Riders, but to keep a close relation with them and to find a way to protect the empire of old. So, lords and ladies, commoners, peasants, soldiers and merchants, this is the last tale of Ashes of Old Valyria, a tale that will be read by many generations from now on.